But the moves that they did make, Jake, you can say goodbye to Matt Bowman, outrighted to the minors. Jimmy Cordero, outrighted to the minors. Franchi Cordero. Wow, the Cordero bros.
Yeah.
Outrighted to the minors. Domingo Germán, outrighted to the minors. That's a big one. And Ryan Weber, outrighted to the minors. Now, outrighted to the minors is like the phrasing they use, but
yeah, but all 6 of these players have enough service time to, once they pass through waivers, elect free agents.
Yes. So they're most likely, I don't know, do you think any of those guys accept, like, I want to stay in the system?
Ryan Weber.
Even then, I think he doesn't, and then they just go grab him again.
Yeah, I mean,
just go do free agency and can resign.
Essentially, the news here is Domingo Germán is out, and it's news that I think Yankee fans have been waiting for a sneaky long time, depending how far back you want to go. And it had to happen because they've treated him as this like emergency blanket that you're going to need every year. And when you mention the Yankees have starting pitching needs, every team has starting pitching needs starting a new offseason. But, you know, as teams, every league looks at who just won their championship and say, how do we bottle up some of that? You know, the Texas Rangers sneaky had like 8 MLB starting pitchers this year. And if you go back in time, we start every spring training saying you're going to need 8. And there's different levels to it, right? Like, you know, there's going to be guys that underachieve. There's going to be guys that overachieve in a given year, whether you're looking at a young guy like Dane Dunning, who stepped up for the Texas Rangers this year, or someone like Martin Perez, who basically got $20 million and fell off this year. You know, DeGrom was out the whole season. Scherzer barely was by the end. That, you know, you need starting pitching depth, and that can happen in a lot of different ways, and you're going to need young guys to step up. You're going to need veterans. You know, we got 2 coin flip veterans we're going to talk about between our lefties this year. But Domingo Germán served as like a kind of a dirty breakout in case of emergency blanket, and the Yankees were going to tap into that every year. Because if your options are a Brito, a Vasquez, or whoever, or Domingo Germán, who's thrown a lot of MLB innings, you're going to tap into that.
It was also like it was like an easy situation to say we believe in second chances, and you know, he's like a great teammate, and he's really changed. And it wasn't like he was the face. You know, because you've seen guys like that have still been blackballed because they're just such headline grabbers. So he was never like good enough to be, this was going to be like huge news and huge backlash that they had to face. And then he was never bad enough to just cut him, which maybe in a lot of people's mind they should have done a while ago. But, you know, all the retirings and the posts and the drama about it, and up until it like crash and burn last season, all the reports were he was, you know, a changed man, good teammate, all this stuff. And we know nothing about his personal life. But he always kind of fell in this middle ground of like, no one's going to be too hot either way. And the upside's there, so let's keep him around. And he threw a perfect game against the minor league A's. No one else did it, though. So credit to Domingo. I was just making a jab at the A's. I was not knocking Domingo's perfect game. But yeah, they needed to just like move on. They need to move on from a lot of guys. This one, they definitely needed to just like, let's get out of this.
Yeah, the Yankees, what you're saying value wise. I mean, you know, last year he was on the books for $2.6 million, which a pitcher with his, you know, just pitching wise, a pitcher with his MLB history, you know, ERA in the mid-4s can throw you some innings. Like, technically on the books and roster-wise, that's a great value. But there's a lot of stuff off the field, and apparently a lot of new stuff resurfaced this year that, I don't know. It was funny as we talked around the office, early Yankees offseason talks, even like end of September when the season was over, when people were still talking about the starting pitching, they were like, and, you know, Domingo will probably be an option. And it's like, no. Like, if we're moving on to next chapters as Yankee fans, he has to be a part of the past, and now it looks like that's finally happening after, I mean, this dude was on the 2017 Yankees. And you do understand talent-wise, you know, Domingo Germán has MLB talent in him. He threw a perfect game against the quadruple A's this year. But
shots fired, wow.
Had an 18-win season.
When you get into baseball and even playoffs, you know, the playoff run that he did miss where we thought he was going to be an asset. Look at John Gray was another pitcher for the Texas Rangers who in his bit performances ended up being massive for Texas. That could Domingo Germán have done that for a team in a playoff run? Yes. He also could have got rocked. Like, that's the beauty of baseball. But that's why the Yankees kept him around, and that security blanket needed to go, and it's gone.
It's gone forever.
Gone, man.
Gone, baby, gone. So goodbye, Domingo Germán.